Greetings, students. Today we will be reviewing the syllabus for Early Childhood Education 1 here at KEC. First of all, as you know, I am new to teaching high schoolers. I've taught preschoolers all my life, so I want to take this moment to tell you what a syllabus is in case you do not know that. So I found a good definition here from the Stanford University website, and it reads, a syllabus is your guide to a course and what will be expected of you over the course of the year. Generally, it will include course policies, rules, and regulations, required text, and a schedule of assignments. A syllabus can tell you nearly everything you need to know about how a course will be run and what will be expected of you. So I thought that was a good definition because the syllabus that we're going to review is really going to tell you everything about our class, how it's going to be run, and just what you need to do to be successful in this class. So the first question I want to address is, why do we have such a formal syllabus for Early Childhood Education 1? This is a high school class. Do we really need such a lengthy syllabus? And my response to you is as follows. I believe that people tend to do better when they know what is expected of them and what the general plan is. All the people I've worked with in life, they tend to do better when they know what the expectations are, know where they're going, kind of know the roadmap that's ahead of them. So that is reason number one. Reason number two is that this course is a dual credit course, meaning that upon successful completion of this course, you're going to receive credit at your home school, as well as 3 credits of college credit at Kishwaukee College. And then the final reason, for this reason, because it is a dual credit course, Kishwaukee College requires a syllabus similar to that used at the college for the equivalent course that is used to teach college students. So that is why we have such a formal syllabus for our class. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to do a section-by-section review of the policies and procedures of our class. You have been given a paper copy of the syllabus, so I encourage you and invite you to follow along as we're going through this together. And what I've done is I've taken kind of pictures of what you are seeing in your paper syllabus and put them on here. So this is the very top of page 1. It's a KEC syllabus. The title of the course at Kishwaukee Education Consortium is Early Childhood Education 1, and at Kishwaukee College they call this course Guiding Young Children. It says that we meet Monday through Friday from 8:40 to 12:10, which you're thinking, oh, I'm not there all that time. And that is true. This is really to cover both of our sections. We have one section that starts at 8:40 and another session that starts at 10:40. So that is just the basics on the top of the syllabus. And then I have a question for you. Why is the course listed as starting at 8:40 and ending at 12:10? And as I told you just now, it's because we've got 2 sessions into this time period. The next section here is the instructor. My name is Steve Kimmel. This is my office in this classroom. My phone number is listed there. Office hours are by appointment. You can contact me at that email address. Another way I encourage you to contact me would be either just to talk to me in class. I try to be available for you. You can also communicate with me through Google Classroom. So email, see me in the classroom, Google Classroom. Those are the 3 good ways to get to me. I generally leave each day at about 12:30, so I'm usually not in this class after I'm finished teaching my 2 sessions. So what are the best ways to get a hold of Mr. K? And as I said, email works well, seeing me in class works well, and Google Classroom are 3 good ways to get a hold of me. Course description, I'm just going to read this aloud to us. This course is an introduction to early childhood education through direct experience working with preschool children, observation, and discussion. This course includes 2 to 3 hour lectures and discussions and 2 hours of working with preschool children each week. Through lecture discussion and online learning, students successfully completing the requirements will receive the Early Childhood Level 1 credential through Gateways, Illinois. And this is a Kishwaukee College credit course worth 3 semester hours. So we are going to talk a whole lot more about earning that credential, but essentially just want you to know that this class is going to be a mix of me teaching and us having discussion together, us doing activities together, and then having children come in so we can practice being teachers with real children. So the question for this slide were, what are 2 things students will earn upon successful completion of this course? So you will earn the Gateways Credential Level 1, which is an awesome thing, and you will earn 3 hours of Kishwaukee College credit, another very good thing. Course objectives is listed next, and I'll just review these with you. Number 1 is to identify the processes of guiding and teaching young children. So teachers of young children have to know what they're doing. They have to have good talents, good understanding of how children develop and how to teach them. So we will focus on that. Number 2 is identify specific practical techniques when guiding and teaching young children. So this is very much a hands-on class. You're going to be learning practical techniques for doing a lot of different things. So you will be able to take these techniques and use them in working with children. Number 3 is engage themselves in an observational laboratory time with young children. So from time to time, we will be watching the children, seeing what they do, and learning from that. Number 4 is be knowledgeable of the philosophical considerations of guiding young children. So this is just really the approach to guiding children's behavior. We want to make sure that whenever we guide children's behavior, we're caring, respectful, loving, and positive. That pretty much sums it up. But we're going to learn a lot of tools and techniques for guiding children's behavior. Number 5 is be familiar with basic guidelines for children's behavior while in the classroom and learning activities for young children. So we're going to learn things that we can do to help kids learn through play, and we're going to learn about children's behavior, what's appropriate, what's inappropriate, what is expected, and what might be surprising. Number 6, we're going to understand the importance of each child's self-esteem and interact with children reflecting that knowledge. We are going to learn to teach children with kindness, with love and respect, really valuing children right where they're at. And then the 7th and final course objective listed here is to earn the Early Childhood Education Level 1 credential through Gateways. So we're going to earn this credential by learning a lot of content, learning a lot of facts, learning just a lot of practices for working with young children. This class is going to be jam-packed with learning, so I hope you are ready. So the next question, we just listed the objectives that we kind of have from the high school and college side for this course, but I'm just going to ask you in general, what do you hope to learn in this course? So be thinking of those things that you want to learn in this course. Next, we have expected learner outcomes, and these come directly from Kishwaukee College. We're required to have these in our syllabus and to focus on them when we're teaching this class. So I will again review these with you. The first grouping says the student will be able to communicate on the job. So right now you're in school. You may go straight from high school into the working world, or you may go to college before entering the working world, but ultimately most people end up on the job in the working world. So things we want you to be able to do are to communicate orally with others, to ask questions, to listen to others, just to be able to speak confidently and competently to others. Interpret the use of body language. What are people saying without using words, just by looking at their body, trying to understand what they are trying to say to us. Prepare written communication. Just being able to effectively write is an important skill for everybody to have, because so many jobs, so many classes require written communication or writing. And then the last one in this group is to follow written or oral directions. Just being able to do what you're asked to do, and these directions might be given to you in writing or they may be spoken to you. Next grouping, the student will be able to maintain professionalism. First one is to identify company dress and appearance standards. So depending on what job you have, that's going to really dictate how you're supposed to dress appropriately for that job. At KEC here, we are allowed to dress kind of casual professional. I don't have to wear a suit and tie every day, but I am to wear a nice shirt and nice pants each day. Fridays, they do allow us to wear jeans at KEC, so those are the dress and appearance standards at KEC. So you're going to kind of learn about what is appropriate dress for an early childhood teacher. Another outcome would be to identify how to treat people with respect. We all want to be treated with respect, and we all need to learn how to treat others with care, kindness, and respect. Next one is demonstrate positive work attitudes and behaviors. So just being a positive person on the job, having the job being a place where you want to go, you want to do well, and you're going to exude a positive attitude and have positive behaviors. Next one in this grouping, demonstrate how to express feelings, reactions, and ideas in an appropriate manner. So sometimes we might get frustrated with a coworker, and we need to know how to express that in an appropriate manner. So we'll be focusing on those skills as well. And then the last one in this grouping, demonstrate interpersonal skills required for working with others. Many jobs require us to work with others. We might be working with coworkers, we might be working with customers. As a teacher, you're working with coworkers, you're working with children, you're working with parents, you're working with administrators. So we need to learn those interpersonal skills to work effectively with others. There are two more sections of the Kishwaukee College objectives here. The next one, the student will be able to demonstrate work ethic and behavior. So work ethic includes assuming responsibilities for decisions and actions. So whatever I do, I need to be responsible for what I've done. So I'm taking responsibility for that. Another one is displaying assertiveness. Assertiveness is really just the ability to ask questions, the ability to jump in and do something. When you're hired for a new job, it's just starting to do that job, just kind of jumping in and getting at it. Demonstrate a willingness to learn. We enter a job knowing something, but we enter a job needing to learn a lot about that job as well. So to be a good employee, you need to have a willingness to learn at the job that you are pursuing or the job that you are taking. And then listed here fourth is identify the value of maintaining regular attendance. I have been a supervisor before, and I know how vital it is for people to show up on time and every day that they are well. So regular attendance is very important for you in this class as a student, and it's equally as important when you graduate, when you get a job, that you have good regular attendance. And then the last grouping here, the student will be able to maintain interpersonal relationships, so relationships with others. We want to value individual diversity, really value who people are, really accept and appreciate who people are. No two of us are identical, so we need to value and appreciate who people are. Respond to praise or criticism. So how do you respond if somebody compliments you for the way you're doing something? Or how do you respond if somebody's trying to give you some tips and you may take that as criticism? So one thing that we will be doing in this class is when you're working with children, I will be observing, and then after I will be giving you feedback and kind of tips on how to interact effectively with children. So that may be in the form of praise, and it may seem like criticism as well. The next one is provide constructive praise or criticism. So to watch others and compliment them for what they're doing, affirm them for what they're doing, or give tips for improvement. Next is channel and control emotional reactions. So really just being aware of how we're feeling and able to control how we're feeling and how we're expressing those feelings to others. Next one is resolving conflicts. So wherever two people are together, there are bound to be conflicts. Conflicts are kind of just different ideas on how to do something. So we want to be able to talk through conflicts and resolve those conflicts. And then the last one in this grouping is display a positive attitude. Everybody wants to work with people with positive attitudes, so we need to focus on displaying a positive attitude. In this class, I'm going to ask you to display a positive attitude as a student, and that's going to be preparing you for the workplace someday, where that same positive attitude will be essential. So this one is not a question, but really a summary. Kishwaukee College's expected learner outcomes are designed to prepare students for success in life, success in work, and success in relationships. So a lot of good things that we want you to learn while you're here taking this course. The next section I have here is dress code. So same thing that's in the Kishwaukee College syllabus is in our syllabus. So I'm going to read through this. Professional dress code is professional dress is required at all times. Students will be practicing for real-world job experiences, so modest, conservative dress is necessary. Students must be covered from neck to knee on preschool days. Students will participate in the implementation of a preschool, so they will be role models. And positive behavior, professionalism, and promoting a cooperative environment will be essential. Please refer to the KEC Student Handbook for guidelines according to student appearance. Specifically, and I'm going to read that in a second, but first I want to review this a little bit. So we are going to be having preschoolers join us. When you're working with preschoolers, your clothing needs to be modest. You're going to be bending over to wash tables and work with children. You're going to be kneeling on the floor. You're going to be sitting on the floor. So you want modest and comfortable, I think, are the two words that really describe the way we want to be. We also want to look nice. We don't want to look like we're headed to the gym. We don't want to look like we're headed to bed. We want to look like we're headed to do a job where parents are going to be coming in and seeing us. We want to have kind of a professional, nice-looking appearance. Now I'm going to read the paragraph that is in the Kishwaukee Education Consortium student handbook, and it says, you are expected to present an appearance that does not interfere with the maintenance of positive teaching and learning climate. Dress and grooming should also be in accordance with reasonable standards of health and safety. Clothing should cover midriffs, that's your stomach area, and shoulders. Shorts need to be at least mid-thigh, and no hats, headbands, hoods, or coats are to be worn in the KEC building. Proper footwear must be worn at all time. No slippers or inappropriate shoes will be allowed. So just want to hit on this one a little bit. We want to make sure that this is a place where students can learn and teachers can teach. So we want to have good appearance that doesn't interfere with that. Dress and grooming should be safe. When working with children, we need to be very conscious of that we have safe clothing on that isn't going to harm children in any way. They also talked about grooming here. Grooming is kind of how we take care of our bodies. We want to make sure that we don't have any bodily odors that are going to be upsetting to those that we're working with, or the children we're working with. When I was working in Kishwaukee College, we had to address this issue because we had students come to observe they were students from another program, but they came to observe, and they smelled very much like cigarette smoke because they had smoked on the way over. And third-hand cigarette smoke, which is simply smelling somebody who has been smoking, is detrimental to children's health. So that is something that we had to address and make sure that when people entered our building, they didn't smell of cigarette smoke at all. So just wanted to throw that one in here. Clothing should cover our midriffs and shoulders, so just watch the shirts that we wear. We don't want to have headbands or coats or hoods worn in the building, so make sure that our head is exposed unless it's for a religious reason. And also remember proper footwear, no slippers, etc. So now I have a little yay or nay kind of quiz for you. I want you to look at this, and I'm going to flash a picture, and you're going to tell me if you think it is appropriate or inappropriate. Yay or nay? This would be a yay. This person is wearing some comfortable jeans, very appropriate for working with young children, I would say, because you want to be able to get comfortable. You want to be able to run outside in the playground, to sit on the floor, to sit on small chairs, etc. So I think comfort is very important. Jeans probably aren't good in a bank setting or in a professional corporate setting, but I think that they are appropriate for a preschool classroom. Next, we see some comfy slippers. That would be a nay for that one. We want to wear regular shoes to school. Next, I have a picture of a person with a hood up. This would also be a nay in our learning environment. We want to be able to see faces, so hoods have to be down while we're inside of our building, but most definitely you can wear them when outside. I found this picture. This is just showing what the midriff is. So she's wearing a little heart on her navel, on her belly button, but we want to make sure that our shirt goes down to at least the top of our pants and maybe a little bit below. Just a picture of some comfortable shoes here. We want to make sure that our shoes are comfortable for us because we're going to be moving a whole lot trying to keep up with children. And then the last picture, this one I Googled a picture of a preschool teacher, and this is what came up. So this person looks comfortable, looks professional as well. They don't look like they're going to work out. They don't look like they're going to bed. They look like they're ready to teach preschoolers. So thanks for playing yay or nay with me. Next section here is required student materials. So I ask for you to bring one 3-ring binder of 2 inches or so. We are going to be storing a lot of things in there, like the syllabus and various things like that. So that's a binder that you're going to be able to bring and leave here in the classroom. I will also send you an electronic syllabus so you can have that on your Chromebook and have it wherever you are. The next thing listed here are Chromebook and earbuds. As I have said probably too many times already, we will be using Chromebooks every day in our classrooms, so make sure you bring those. I would also encourage you to have some earbuds. There may be time to time when you're doing something on your Chromebook where you're watching a video or you're watching a training and you need to have earbuds in so they're not distracting to other students. So Chromebook and earbuds, Chromebook is required, earbuds is recommended. And as you know, as I showed in our little tour, we do have 5 or 6 Chromebooks here at the center. If you need to borrow one, or here in our classroom, if you need to borrow one during a class session. And then the last thing listed, projects assigned as homework outside of class may include the additional need of materials such as poster board, colored paper stop, markers, computer-aided graphic design. So we'll be doing various things. We may need some of those things as well. Please name the 3 things to bring to the ECE class. So I would say that would be Chromebook. That would be a 3-ring notebook of about 2 inches, and that would be earbuds. just want to hit on the earbuds thing right now. I did just say earbuds, but earbuds only for use for class activities, not earbuds to jam out to music too. Next section in our syllabus is learning materials and technology. Student Chromebooks will be used extensively in this class. Google Classroom will be used for communication between students and the instructor, to share learning content, to provide complete and grade assignments, to share supplemental resources, etc. So Chromebooks we need. In addition, students will use Chromebooks to access and complete Gateway's credential modules. It's essential that students bring and be able to use charged functioning Chromebooks each day. Next thing here, it's not something that you have to get, it's something I'll provide to you. A collection of 16 Gateways credential training modules will be provided for student learning. These modules will be completed in a hybrid manner, combining in-class teaching with online cohort-completed learning. Students will turn in reading notes and certificates of completion after finishing each online module. So that'll be much more explained and easier to understand when we actually get there. And then the last, learning material and technology, various curriculum books and other materials will be used to complement credential learning. So I will be providing things for you, but there are no textbooks for this class. What should you bring to class each and every day? Everybody say it once. Chromebook. Next is a chunk on assessment and grading. So 30% of your grade is going to be based on class attendance. Be here. 30% combined with that is going to be class participation. So being here is one thing, very much appreciated, very much essential, but participation while being here is very important as well. So we want you participating in discussions that we have, participating in activities that we offer to teach you how to teach young children. So participation is the key. And then Sunnyside preschool teaching. When you are working with the children, we'll be observing that, and that'll be part of your overall grade for this class. The rest of your grade is going to be just an assortment of different things. I'll be giving Google Classroom assignments related to our teaching topics. You'll be making some props for preschool teaching. You will be providing reading notes while you're doing your credential modules. You'll be giving me certificates of completion. You're going to be doing some activity and group time plans when we get into the preschool teaching. You'll be working with others, creating a bulletin board. And we will be celebrating in the spring semester. In 2023, we will be doing a Week of the Young Child celebration, and each of you will be making a poster as a way to celebrate that week. So that, along with some formal assessments, make up 70% of your grade. We will have a final at the end of the class, and it'll be a cumulative final just based on what we've learned in the year. Don't worry, we will have a review session or two, kind of reviewing that, talking about that, and preparing to do well on that test. I will also be doing a final teaching and soft skills evaluation. Soft skills are kind of the showing up on time, working hard, being honest, communicating effectively, having good work ethic, that kind of stuff, and then just how you teach the young children that you'll be working with. The grading scale is shown there at the bottom, a pretty basic grading scale. So that is, I believe, all I have to say about assessment and grading. 30% of a student's grade is based on what? A for attendance, P for participation, and the next one, Sunnyside preschool participation, I believe. Other course requirements, we're getting there. All assignments, projects, and papers must be proofread and free of grammatical and spelling errors. So I really want you to, preparing for college where spelling is very important, preparing for being a teacher where you're going to possibly write newsletters to parents, you're going to be doing lesson plans. So we want to focus now on becoming good writers. So we want you to make sure to proofread what you turn in. Most reports and projects will need to be typed and submitted electronically through Google Classroom, and then I will be deducting some points if there are errors present in the assignments, spelling, grammar, that kind of stuff. Another course requirement that I need to share with you here, second year students. So if you finish this class and want to take the second one, ECE 2, you're going to need to have a B average this year to be considered for an internship. An internship is an opportunity that our ECE 2 students have to go work out in a child care center, to work in a preschool, to work in a public school. So you need to make sure you get a B and make sure you behave and perform very professionally in this class to be considered for an internship. This slide, interesting. In class, I will be asking somebody to read this one, and this is just my kind of creative way of saying that all assignments must be proofed and free of grammatical errors, because as we see this slide, it doesn't present itself very well. Course exit requirements. So when you exit the course, successful completion of Child Care 1 with a grade of a D or higher is required to earn dual credit. So if you were to fail this course, you would not get dual credit. You really want to get an A or a B in this course because you really want to start your college education off with a good grade point average. If you start college with a D on the books, not too good. So A or B is my recommendation and my encouragement to you. Another course requirement, successful completion of all 16 ECE credential modules in order to earn that credential. The credential is an awesome thing to have. You'll learn more about that soon. Also, successful completion of Child Care 1 with a grade of B or higher is required for progression to Early Childhood Education 2. So we want you to do well in this course should you want to come back next year for ECE 2. So what grade is needed to get Kishwaukee College dual credit? You would need a D, C, B, or A. How many modules have to be completed to earn the credential? That would be 16. And students must earn what grade to be considered for an internship in ECE 2, and that grade would be a B. Makeup policy, the attendance participation points lost a result of an absence can't be made up. So if you miss a day, you're just going to lose out on some points. So really try to be here. Test and other work that is assigned may be able to make up at the discretion of me, the instructor. So really try to be here so we don't have a lot of makeup issues. Assignments are expected to be completed and turned in on or before the due date and time. So when I do an assignment in Google Classroom, it will have a due date and time, and you're very familiar with that. Don't wait for the last minute, but get it done and get it in. When are assignments to be turned in? By the due date and by the due time. Few last things here that Kishwaukee College asked us to put on their syllabi. Class cancellations due to inclement weather, which is bad weather, will be announced on local radio stations and posted on the college's website, which is www.kish.edu. You may also call that phone number. So we're not sure what our upcoming winter is going to be like. If we are closed here, I believe that we will be doing online learning. So stay tuned to learn more about that. Academic dishonesty is next here. A student who commits an act of academic dishonesty, such as plagiarism, which is taking somebody else's work and making it your own without giving them credit, or cheating on exam, will be penalized at the discretion of the instructor. The penalties may be a 0 on the assignment, or you may fail the course. So it is not good to have academic dishonesty. And just so you know, sometimes if you were in college and you were to do something, sometimes you actually get kicked out of college. And if you get kicked out of one college, it'll be tough to get into another one. So make sure you're honest in the work that you do. The last thing on here is copyright. Copyright law prohibits copying materials. So we want to make sure we're not copying materials that we are not supposed to be copying. Next, we're going to go through our school year, and I've divided it into 5 different parts. Part 1 is where we're at right now. It's called Off to a Good Start. We're going to do an overview of the course. We're going to talk about the syllabus. Hey, we're doing that right now. We're going to do a little survey. We're going to review class expectations, I believe tomorrow. We're going to look at the Gateways to Learning website where this registry is, and we're going to do some playing in class. We're going to try to play in this class as often as we can because that's how children learn best. And I want for you guys to play yourselves to gain an appreciation for how children learn best. So just to summarize, part 1 here, the goals are to get to know each other, to review the roadmap for a semester, develop an understanding of the expectations for this class, and explore and register for the Gateways registry. Part 2, which will follow part 1, we're going to explore a variety of topics related to operating a successful preschool program. We're going to look at topics such as how children learn, how to interact with children, how to guide children's behavior, activities to offer and participate in with children, how to maintain a safe and healthy environment, arranging a supportive classroom environment, and more. So we're going to spend about 3 weeks kind of on a get to know a preschool blitz, where we're going to try to learn everything that we can learn to help us be successful when the kids arrive. Another part of what we will be doing in the beginning is we're going to be getting ready for Sunnyside Preschool. We plan for that to start on Monday, October 3rd, and we plan to have an orientation for new families on Friday, September 30th. So part 2 is that. The goals of part 2 are to gain an understanding of how an early childhood classroom works, to prepare ourselves for the arrival of preschoolers, and to prepare our classroom for the arrival of preschoolers. So those are the 3 goals for part 2. Part 3 is credential work, modules 1 and 2A, and classroom prep for Sunnyside. So we'll spend a couple weeks in this part of our semester or part of our school year. We're going to complete module 1 in class working together, and we're going to complete 2A in class working together, and we're going to prepare our classroom environment for the arrival of our preschoolers. Goals of section 3 are to complete our first 2 ECE level 1 credential modules working together as a whole class. We're going to review the modules together while taking module notes on our Chromebooks, and the next slide is going to show you what that's going to look like. We're going to do our last minute prep for Sunnyside, and we're going to have our new family orientation for Sunnyside Preschool. So this is an example of something you're going to be working on using your Chromebook while we are working on the credential together. So one credential activity in this example is going to be playing a game called Developmental Jeopardy, just like the Jeopardy game that you may have seen on TV. And a question's going to pop up such as, this is the bond a baby forms with adults and caregivers. You might not know that word yet, but you're going to learn that that word is attachment. So when we get to this point in the credential learning, on your Chromebook, you're going to type in the word attachment there. So we're going to do this with with really all of our modules, and it's going to be a cool thing because it's going to help you to focus on the module so that you can type in the words, and the words you're going to be typing in are really the important key concepts that you want to learn about. So this is just on here to show you an example of what you will be doing on your Chromebooks when we're doing the modules. Part 4 is a new part here, Gateways Credential Work and Sunnyside Preschool Teaching. So this will make a lot of sense when we get there, but I'm going to explain it right now. Students will be divided into 2 groups. There will be Team A and Team B. Since we have 8 students in each of our classes at this time, that means Team A will have 4 and Team B will have 4. That could always change. During week 1, Team A students will be Sunnyside preschool teachers working with children attending our preschool, while Team B students will work independently completing set credential modules. So one half of our students will be over on the preschool side, one half will be over here on the high school side working on the credential modules. During the following week, teams A and B are going to switch. So Team B will be the preschool teachers and Team A will be the module completers. So doing it this way, each team is going to have the same amount of time teaching in the preschool and working on your credential modules. Our preschool is going to operate on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays from 9 o'clock in the morning until 12 o'clock. Mr. Kimmel, me, and Miss Maritza, we're going to split our time between working with the preschoolers and with the high schoolers. So Maritza may be over in the preschool one day, I may be in the preschool another day. So we're going to kind of flip around that. Mondays and Fridays, the days when we do not have preschoolers, we're going to be used for teaching topics, just kind of talking about how things are going in the preschool, planning our preschool curriculum and activities, doing additional assignments and activities. Our goal is for all of our students to have completed all 16 credential modules no later than Friday, May 12th, which is nearing the end of our school year. So our goals here are to provide great learning experiences for our preschoolers and great learning opportunities for our high schoolers. It's a lot easier to learn something if you're practicing while learning. So we are really looking forward to having the preschool up and running. And the second goal of this is to learn about children and early childhood education by completing the 16 credential modules. These modules have been completed by probably thousands of teachers, and they really provide a good foundation to help you become an effective and high quality early childhood teacher. Part 5, we're almost there. This will be a conclusion of Sunnyside Preschool and a review of our year. So the preschool will conclude on or about May 12th. We're going to have a small period of grace time where any credential modules that haven't been completed, we can complete so we can earn that credential. And we'll spend the final weeks of the year reviewing what we've learned, exploring additional topics, completing final projects and assignments, and doing our final assessment for the year. Goals of this are to make sure modules are complete, clean the preschool to help prepare us for the following year, review some additional topics, and send you, our students, off well to graduation or to their senior year. And at this point, we would ask our students if they have any questions on the 5 parts of our school year. Next, I'm going to briefly review a tentative course outline, which I really view as our map for the year to help us know where we are going. Beginning just shows the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of our semester. Off to a good start where we are right now. We're going to work on Sunnyside Preschool prep topics for the next 3 weeks after that. After that, we're going to work on Module 1, which is Childhood Development Overview, understanding how children grow and develop. We'll be doing that together. We'll be doing some more preparations for our preschool class. And then the following week, we're going to do Module 2A, which is Health Issues for Group Care. Again, we'll be doing that as a whole group together, doing our last classroom prep stuff, and getting ready for our family orientation, which is Friday of that week. And then you'll see on the printed thing that you have in front of you, from that point forward, Mondays and Fridays, we're going to be used to learn about early childhood topics, discuss how Sunnyside is going, plan Sunnyside activities, doing projects, etc. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we're going to have Team A and Team B. One half of our class is going to work as preschool teachers, and one half is going to be working on the credential. During the following week, Team A and B are going to switch places, one team becoming the preschool teachers and the other the credential completers. So I'm not going to go through this entire map of our semester, but I encourage you to do so you can know where we're going. I don't want you to get whiplash as I'm driving down the road, but I want you to know where we're going. Any days when KEC is closed will be listed on there as well, so you will see that, and we will tell you about that as we're getting close to that. Sometimes KEC will be closed and your homeschool will be closed on the same day. Some days will be closed, your homeschool will be open, so you'll be going there instead. Whew, we made it through this long review of our syllabus. At this point in our live class, we would have any questions and discussion that students may have. Since this is not the live class but the recording, you know how to reach me. I am very happy to discuss anything with you or to answer your questions. Thank you for listening and watching.